What's up, guys? So I don't know if you remember from my last video, but I had a fish over in the quarantine tank. Just got him. He was not a donation, what do you call him, a rescue. The guy had no more room for him, really couldn't take care of him anymore, so I was like, yeah, well, he had quite a couple, and I was like, yeah, I got room for one, no problem, so I'll take it. Now that one ended up turning into a whole nother situation here. So I ended up with one of these fish, and you're gonna see him today, no problem, okay? But you're also gonna see his brothers too, because it wasn't just one fish, two fish. It's one fish, two fish, three fish. So I got three of these aggressive fish, and don't really know exactly what's going on with them because they're fighting. So I have them dispersed between all of my tanks. Well, three of my different tanks. So you're going to see the new tank I just got. All this stuff was donated to me as far as tank rocks and stuff. I grabbed some more rocks from a lake, and I'll get into that when we get more towards that tank. But let me show you first the guy that I had to take out because he was getting beat up by the one that's in the new tank. And that would be, let me show you, let's see. So, we have here a guppy tank, or a live bearer tank, because there's swordtails and mollies in there as well. Check this guy out. That is an African cichlid. Well, I refuse to call it African cichlid. I'm going to stick with its name, the convict cichlid, because I believe these guys don't come from Africa. You can't really see all that well, but he did. He got beat up real bad while over there. So he's got, you see those little white sections on him is where he was getting bit. And then I had to take him out of here, which is the new one. This is the 30-gallon. I've had this. All these rocks I grabbed from the Connecticut River today. Had to boil them down. I mean, you don't have to boil them down. I boiled them just to be safe. But the lighting sucks so bad. There's the other cichlid right there. And all of these guys, their bodies look the same, just a little bit different in size, but their faces each are different. Personality's different. He's an angry fish. The other one, he's like the little brother. He always cries and runs to mama. But I got this thing decked out with caves everywhere, and they still were fighting. They were still finding the time to fight. But, you know, anybody who needs to do what I did, like, you know, it's not best to just go buy a tank, set it up, new water, new everything, and then go buy fish the same week, same day, whatever. You don't do that. I had no choice. So if you run into a situation like I did, this gravel was also given to me with this tank. So the gravel, I put the tank, cleaned it with vinegar and water on the inside. Vinegar and water is safe for animals, and also is very good at killing bacteria and germs. Scooped out all this gravel that was already in there, threw it in a bucket, and then I took a filter out of one of the filters out of my 20-gallon and replaced that one with another filter, and then I took this filter out of the other 30-gallon to hang on the back and shoved that in here. So there's your biomedia, your beneficial bacteria. It was there. You know, and the water also, half of this water was fresh water, and then the other half was water that came from another tank. I did the water change, but only siphoned off the top. That way I didn't pick up any poop and stuff, and then shoved it all in here. The rocks, boiled them. The gravel also, I bleached for a day, so there was no rocks. These just got put in today too, so before today there was just that plant there, and then this here. So I bleached this for a day, then rinsed them out. Then boiled them, and then rinsed them out. Let them dry overnight. Then boiled them one more time just to make sure. And then once they were all dried overnight, so it took 2 days, I put them in and tested the water right after. But you're technically going to know if you're doing something wrong because your fish are going to tell you. I mean, they're not going to just come out and be like, hey, you know, you put the wrong rocks in. But they will act on it, you know what I mean? So now we're going to go over to the 30-gallon tall and finally to see the biggest of the two of these guys, which is the one that I had hidden from you in the last video. These two just popped up on me. But hey, you know, can't turn down a life. It's Petey. Him being the biggest one, ironically, lives with all the other ones. And he's not as aggressive as the other ones, ironically. I'm wondering if I put him in the tank with the other two, but if I shove all 3 of them in there, maybe he'll stop the other one from beating the tiny one up. But that I don't know for certain, so until I discuss that with somebody a little bit more experienced in the hobby, I'm kind of going to let them be. Hopefully, a bunch of my fish don't get eaten. But he's been in here for over a week, and every fish that's been in here is still in here. No nipped fins, no anything. It's actually quite cool. The only thing I did to, you know, keep that from happening is that's a big fish. All these other fish are small. You provide them with tons of small hiding spots that he can't get into, and you're good to go. But there you guys have it. That is a convict cichlid.